Good morning. This is Cheryl Hilton, a realtor with Keller Williams Coastal. In today's stroll about town, we're heading out to Jamestown. See you soon. So our first stop is the Village Hearth Bakery and Cafe. We're going to pick up a coffee before heading out to Beavertail out on the point. It's a very cute little spot. Let's go inside. So this is inside. Some beautiful pastries, all different kinds of coffee. Great little sitting area. I'm past a little beach on the way to Beavertail from the center of town. And on the other side there are some people swimming by. I'd say it's a little too chilly. I don't think I would venture in the water right now. But it is gorgeous out here. So it's changed a little bit since I've been here last. This is the actual lighthouse out on Beavertail Point. Used to be able to drive all the way and park there, but they closed it off now. There's just plenty of parking all around, so it doesn't really matter. Gorgeous day. The sea is beautiful. It's actually very flat. You can hear the surf on the rocks. I'll take you a little closer. No, the sea is not as flat as I thought. Beautiful out there. My husband and I used to come fishing here all the time. I can't really say that we actually caught much here, but you can see people still fish here all the time. My thought was that it's rough, or I don't know, maybe we just didn't know what we were doing. But we never really did catch anything. We would see the blues jumping, and we never had too much fun. So pretty out there. We go sit on the rocks for hours, just spend the day. Absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I remember we would swim off the point too. That wasn't very smart, but it was fun. Alright, take you around the corners. You can see closer of the lighthouse. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. There's boats across the way that are fishing as well. And the sea is just absolutely incredible. Now this old foundation is the original foundation of the wood structure that was built in 1749, the original lighthouse. And then behind me is the present structure, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. This is a gorgeous spot right here, and right across the way is the port on the other side. The ocean, just so beautiful. Great day for sailing. That's all boats out in the water. Really, really pretty day. I'm sitting here at beautiful Jamestown. I got to show you a few of the parts of the lighthouse and the original lighthouse. And the lighthouse was built in 1749. There was a third lighthouse in the colonies after Boston and Nantucket. It's got its name because of the southernmost area of the island being shaped like a beaver. Personally, I don't see the resemblance, but That's what it says about the area. Um, Apparently, the settlers from England purchased this area from the Indians for the equivalent of £100, and they paid it in wampum. Now, where they got wampum, I have no idea, but that's what I read. I was trying to verify that, but I couldn't find it. Um, Out here, the signal isn't all that great. So the current structure was built in 1856, replacing the wooden one that was set on fire by the British when they left Jamestown in 1779. That was that bottom foundation that I showed you that was left of it. There were a few rebuilds until this one, which is 64 feet high and it's made of granite. And they used whale oil to then kerosene and then finally electricity in 1930. And actually, in 1938, a short time after, the building sustained quite a bit of damage in the hurricane of 1938. So the lighthouse was unmanned as of 1972, and the Fresnel lens was replaced by an automated beacon in 1992. I'm going to see if I can give you a better look at what's behind me. Okay, that's a little better. The foghorn, there were several attempts at making that function, including one that was actually powered by a horse. So the lighthouse had an important role even in World War II as a command post because it had anti-submarine nets that stretch across the bay's passageway. I don't really know how that worked, but it sounds very interesting. The lighthouse is now operated by the Coast Guard, and the keeper's house is a museum. I went by and took some pictures of the nature center and all there, so you can take a look at that. But as I was saying earlier, we spent a lot of hours out here fishing. It's absolutely beautiful. We would go down on the rocks, so there's all signs now that say keep off the rock. I can't believe it, being the protective mom that I was, that I actually let my son go down there on the rocks when he was little. I don't think I want him to go down now, and he's an adult. I don't know. I just can't believe that about myself. Maybe I was more daring in my younger years. I don't know. We used to go with my mom and dad too. We would sit out here for hours, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous spot. So, like I said, we never caught anything. Maybe the seas are a little bit rough, but I see fishing boats all over the place, and I see people fishing off the rocks all over too. So, after I finish walking around here, because it's such a gorgeous day, I'm having a very hard time leaving here because it's beautiful. I'm going to visit a few shops in the center of Jamestown, so I'm going to take you with me. See where all that girl that got the lane faster on the ground. There's a van has eroded away from past hurricane. There's much cut into it quite a bit. This really takes the brunt of it right here on the inside of us. I'm in the center of Jamestown right now, and I'm by the marina over by the Newport Bridge. And the houses across the way are gorgeous. Sorry, a little bit of traffic. I'm looking at how low this is. I'm guessing because it's the marina that it doesn't come up over this very small wall. Maybe in the storm, I don't know. It's not that tall. fell off. I haven't really been here in a storm before, so I'm not really sure what happened. I have seen the sailboats washed up after a storm. I've not been here during it. Pretty area though, gorgeous. So this is a little different than what I normally do. Normally, I'm at a place where I can walk from shop to shop, but this is a little spread out, so I'm going from one area to the next and exploring. But I decided to take a walk over by the harbor because it just looks so pretty. So now I go back into town. I'm going to hit a couple stores so you can see what's here. Beavertail, by the way, I meant to say when I was out there. It's such a beautiful spot. It's free to park, which is very unusual out here, but it's a great place just to be, to spend some time, take a walk, go fishing, sit out there. It's gorgeous. It really is. I will go back. All right, we're heading over to some of the shops. Right now I'm visiting at the Purple Door. I'm going to take you around so you can see all the beautiful things that they have. It's a very fun place. Closing soon for the season. Taking you next door. So I went next door to All Shore Cottage Outfitters, but the boss wasn't there, so they didn't want to let me film, but that's all right. It's a great place to walk your dog out here. So across the street is the Bayview, and now I'm going to head up the hill and see if I can find, past the hardware store, see if I can find some shops where I can actually show you something good. Okay, come with me. Going into the Blossom Boutique, which has gorgeous items. I'm going to show you. Give you a little walk around. Everything is handmade. And they custom make furniture as well. With fabrics you can choose from. There's pottery.
My glove doesn't have one of the little roll muffins. I'm gonna grab one. Oh, there you go. Okay, here. These? Tea? Yeah. No.
Trying to avoid customers that are coming through. Okay.
I just went to adjust the ruffle and I was like, oh,
Okay.
thank you. Sorry about that.
These are all United, are all umbrellas?
United
I think that's really cute.
Oh, I see.
So it's going to say United, but there are some umbrella fabrics.
How long does it usually take you to print them out?
It's going to take a little while. They just moved the workroom in Connecticut. So they had to dismantle all the machines, but they're up in, I think, a production this week. So for how many
Okay,
Christians
take me on
is
the
it?
other side.
So,
Missed one thing. Okay,
Okay.
heading up. Let's see what's in the Connecticut gift shop. Has a little bit of everything, actually. Some fun touristy things, some sailing gear, and practical things, and sunglasses. Have an all-encompassing sort of shop that you would think would be over by the water. And what I didn't see from the front of the store is a whole arcade back here. If you were here in Jamestown with your family, with kids, it's a great place to go. So I'm at TWC Home, and they do interior design, exterior design, and now I'm walking back to their garden area, which looks really beautiful. Take a look. like my garden to look like this instead of all the dead plants that I have. Gorgeous. Let's take a look inside. So if I had a pretty space like this out in my yard, I probably would not go anywhere ever again. So maybe it's a good thing I don't. Look at how pretty. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to take you back inside. Okay, now we're walking inside TWC home. I'm going to walk you through because there's so many things in here. I could probably spend a week exploring because there's a lot of things to look at. I don't even want to come in from the garden outside because it was so beautiful. Got a little bit of everything, really. Even for little dogs. Speaking of little dogs, yeah, everything has coastal themes, really, really beautiful. Don't forget to look up. Okay. There's all fabrics back here for custom furniture. Kind of a little bit of everything. There's some jewelry over there I didn't even see. I enjoyed my stroll about town in Jamestown today. It was really beautiful. The weather was gorgeous, so that's an absolute plus. But the community is very much like a sailing community. It's just kind of fun to be here. Not a huge amount of retail, but it was, an interesting mix of stores and places. Little dog just came by to see me. To visit, which I really did enjoy, and I absolutely will go back to Beavertail. It's been too long. I haven't been back there in a long, long time, and it's so beautiful. I need to go again. Even just to take a walk there, it's just such a pretty place to be. So I really appreciate you coming with me today on Stroll About Town. Once again, I'm Cheryl Hilton, a realtor with Keller Williams Coastal. I hope you'll join me next time for the next Stroll About Town. I'll see you soon. So one last parting comment before I leave Jamestown. I really did enjoy my day here. It was gorgeous to walk and to visit. I really enjoyed the gardens that I got to see at the interior store, and the store was beautiful. Well, what I noticed here, even though there's not tons of retail stores, they cater more to locals, and they have a ton of local business. So, that's great. I think that's awesome. Because when I was in one of the other stores, I heard people ordering things and, stuff that they need for their home or for their boat in a huge sailing community. So this was very fun. It's different. This is a great experience, a great day, gorgeous weather, and I will be back. So I'll see you the next time on Stroll About Town. So I'm just getting home from my trip to Jamestown today. I really enjoyed my walk at Beavertail and exploring some of the shops in the downtown area. There weren't touristy type shops. There were more real shops that were, had some beautiful designs. I noticed people were in there ordering things for their home or their boat, or, necessary things that they wanted. I went to a beautiful design store that you saw, the TWC Home design store that you saw the beautiful gardens at. And the woman there told me that she raises chickens as well. How she has time to do all the things she does, I have no idea. Deb Aaron ended up giving me 2 dozen eggs from her lovely chickens that lay them fresh. So that was very sweet. And at the bakery stop I went to this morning, I bought myself a coffee and I bought Bob a cookie. But guess what happened to the cookie? See, there's nothing left of it, and I ended up nibbling on it on the way home. So next time I do that, I probably should buy 2 cookies. That's my note to self. Anyway, thank you for joining me for Stroll About Town, and I will see you next time.